Happy Lunar New Year's! A lot of the events are actually happening tomorrow, but I thought I'd check around some places today, see what it's like. And what did I read today? I guess with events, things like the Super Bowl are going to happen too. And as you are aware, a lot of places they're trying to implement more ideas to try to restrict things like drones. But how about this one? They're kind of warning people again where they're going to set up all these devices to track drones. This one says, don't fly drones over the Super Bowl. This company could catch you. If your prospect of crashing your drone into a crowd of fans attending Super Bowl 58 on Sunday isn't enough to deter you from flying it at the arena, perhaps the prospect of police knocking on your door will be. A company called Dedrone has placed drone detection equipment at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas that can spot drone locations and often pinpoint the location of the drone pilot too. That information is sent to the arena security and local law enforcement. In other words, there are some teeth to the FAA's designation of the Super Bowl as a no-drone zone. Despite that drone ban and geofencing restrictions built into drones themselves, plenty of people violate the rules, said the drone president Ben Wagner. Drone flights increased nearly 20% from 2022 to 2023 at the 59 stadiums where the company operates, reaching 4,064 violations of airspace bans called temporary flight restrictions. Drones can offer an entertaining or lucrative new perspective for photographers and videographers who can't afford helicopters or other traditional aerial photography options. That's usually the reason why a lot of people are using it, and it says that's great for the real estate photographers, pipeline inspectors, Hollywood directors, and others. But society has yet to fully come to terms with how to handle the drawbacks like privacy infringement, safety, and noise. And then they talk about things, for example, how you can get a $30,000 fine. Although, with that said too, funny enough, they were talking about how a lot of the flights, they're basically no danger to the public or anything like that. It's just the fact that they are, I guess you could say, quote, flying in a controlled airspace or in an area that has this temporary flight restriction and all that. It says some are relatively benign flights, like people taking a drone selfie from a tailgate party, but some are more serious flights designed to halt games, as happened with the decision to pause a 2023 football game between the Baltimore Ravens and Cincinnati Bengals. But either way, they are setting up a lot of these equipments around the area, so will that actually make people more paranoid about flying a drone around? And it makes you think too with this story, if this is true in terms of being able to track people with these devices and all that, doesn't matter what they're flying, then why do you need things like that remote ID, correct? Getting, for example, kids to spend all this money to put all this extra hardware into their drones, make it heavier, for example, which technically where a lot of places it'll go above the threshold of weight. Just doesn't make sense in that regards, if it's true anyways, what they say. And with the Lunar New Year's, usually here each year, there's often a parade. I'll probably go and film it tomorrow. And with that, there was some controversy this year because usually when it comes to parade, you'd see a wide variety of organizations and acts. But in this case, apparently it says an LGBTQ plus group was denied initially because of, I guess, political activism. Like they didn't want anything like that in the parade, but then I guess now they kind of backtracked. So what's going on here? This one says Vancouver Lunar New Year Parade reverses decision to bar progressive LGBTQ groups. Organizers of the Vancouver Chinatown Lunar New Year Parade have changed course and rescinded their rejection of two progressive and LGBTQ plus groups that they previously barred from participating. Organizing committee spokesman Frank Huang said letters had been sent to the groups Chinatown Together and Lunar New Year for All, approving their participation in Sunday's parade. Huang didn't give any reasons for the reversal in a brief interview in Mandarin late Friday. Chinatown's Together's organizer, Melody Ma, said in a statement that neither group had received a formally signed invitation from the parade organizing committee. And even stuff like this gets so political nowadays, huh? It says, in the last week, despite being initially invited to apply for the Chinatown Spring Festival Parade, your committee has chosen to place our groups through a series of turbulence, disappointment, public humiliation, character assassination, and harmful stigmatization stemming from your committee's dissemination of baseless, unprovoked accusations in the public sphere after rejecting us from participating in the parade. In addition to the public apology, the two groups wrote that they were also looking for a commitment to transparent communication regarding the qualifications for participation in future parades for all groups. That's a mouthful, huh? Again, so political. I know for a lot of events, they often reject, let's just say, groups that are there just to kind of spread their message per se, if that's what you want to say, versus the actual spirit of the event. Although this person commented saying, what's ironic is that by rejecting and citing political activism, whatever that means to them, in this case, they are inherently politicizing the event and the decision. I know for tomorrow, actually, there is supposed to be a larger police presence too. So let's see how that's going to turn out, huh? All right, see you guys later.